Gosh, this was like our first road trip to the US, and we were all just kind of getting ready in the morning. That's Nathan, Sean, my kids, and we're all kind of packing and just getting ready to head out. We went over to the car, packed our things inside the car, and we started the journey. This trip, we're going to Maryland, and it was about, oh, it says 7 hours, 20 minutes, but honestly, I think we did spend like 10 hours on the road, well, including stops to have like breakfast and a little bit of drive through to have lunch and stuff. But it was really, really fun. The first, my kids were excited, I was excited, and on this trip we're going to two places. So first, we're going to the Great Wolf Lodge in Maryland, so that's in Perryville. We're gonna spend 2 nights there, and then we're gonna head over to Hanover in Maryland to visit like a friend that I hadn't seen in about over 10 years actually. Yeah, we're already at the border. We're heading toward the border, and I've really not had good experiences at the US border, the US Canadian border, but I was hoping that today would be different. The first time myself and my family were traveling together, and so we got there, and I think we did something wrong. We moved too close or something like that, and the guy kind of walked up to us saying, "Why did you guys drive so close? You should have waited back at the end." But anyways, it was good. We checked out quickly, and then we stopped for breakfast. Very interesting. My kids were so hungry. It was still early in the morning, but still they wanted to eat something. So we had stopped over at Dennis and had like hot chocolate and some sandwich. Yeah, the kids had like drawing papers to kind of keep them busy, but they were not kept busy. We're just stressing me out, honestly. But we did have fun, had our breakfast, and then we headed out. We're starting our journey over to Great Wolf Lodge. We spent some time on the road. I packed everything packable for the kids. They had like their tablets, they had their drawing books, they had their novels to read and all of that. And so my husband, we both shared the driving. I think we stopped over to have coffee here or something like that, and then we headed. Really beautiful scenery. Honestly, it was so nice. And we passed through Pennsylvania. I passed through like other cities as we're driving. I love driving, but it was exhausted at some point. We listened to different kind of music. Whenever my husband was driving, we're listening to African music, really nice Afrobeats. But when I was driving, I was also always listening to my oldies as usual, for everyone that knows me. But we did have some fun driving through. I think we only stopped to rest for like 10 minutes at some point because we're kind of exhausted. But just having to see different cities and how beautiful that journey was, it was really cool. It was really, really cool. And then after 10 hours of driving, we finally got to the Great Wolf Lodge. Really beautiful place. Like, it was just 1 minute away. Look at it. We're so happy to get there. I was driving at this point, and then we got to the front, dropped our stuff, tried to check in. It's really big. This is just a reception. Like, it's really, really big, but it's beautiful, I must tell you. We spent some few minutes trying to check in to make sure that we got our bracelets, and then we kind of headed off to the room just to see where we're staying. Honestly, at this point, we were exhausted and hungry. So we knew it was already like 7-ish by the time we checked in, that we're not doing anything tonight. We're just going to rest in bed, eat, and sleep. But the room was okay. Nice space, not over the top. It was just there. It was okay, but it was nice. And then we spent some time, we ate, and then we watched TV. And then day 2, we headed out in the morning. We were going to see the pool area and all the fun things. My husband doesn't really like showing in videos, honestly, so pardon if he looks down or looks away from the camera, but we did walk all the way down. Really nice corridor. You can see how beautiful it is. And then we headed downstairs to see the different places. There were so many nice places here, even before getting to the pool. Food areas. They had like a golf course somewhere around. They had like an arcade that we could always come back to check. But I think this morning we're just really interested in getting to the pool. It wasn't really cold and it wasn't really warm. We were just kind of in between. We're coming from like a really cold place. Canada is cold, so we're coming from there, but it wasn't really bad here. And so we were excited about the weather. Honestly, that was one thing. They had like different shops and pretzel shops and stuff. And when we got here, almost they had not opened up, so we're just trying to while away time so they don't get bored. Already like, we're bored. What's happening here, mommy? We're bored. So we spent some time around, just walking around for a bit, and then alas, it was time. The gates was open and we went in, got our bracelets for the pool, got our towels, and headed straight into the area. So I did go get towels here, and my husband and kids went to get like a good place. We're the first to get in, like first group to get in. So we found a good place. Now this place is so big. Honestly, it's bigger than the Great Wolf Lodge in Canada. And we didn't just want to see, we're going to see, the reason why I went on this trip was to see my friend, to spend some days. But then we thought, let's just check out the Great Wolf Lodge there, since we can always go to the one in Canada, right? Whenever we wanted to. But this is really big. I heard it's one of the biggest places, and it was opened like a couple of years ago. So it's still new-ish compared to other Great Wolf lodges. We got into the lazy river, which is really nice. I fast-tracked this, so it's lazy. It's not as hardworking as what you can see here, or fast as you can see here. I got in with the kids and I lost them at some point, and so my husband was just making sure that he was watching them, because if you know my boys, they're very adventurous, and I wasn't in the mood to start looking for my kids everywhere. So we spent a few minutes in the lazy river, but of course my husband and my first son had disappeared. So I was with my little baby boy here, Sean, and we got into the pool, the wave pool, so to speak, where there are waves that makes you feel like you're in the beach. Honestly, my son has grown. He never liked water, but here he had so much fun that I'm totally convinced that he would like water. We had some fun. I spent time with him. I had no idea where Nathan had gone with my husband, but really, who cares? Everyone came here to have fun. We spent some more time here just swimming and enjoying the beach-like wave pool, while Nathan and his dad, God knows where they were. They disappeared, and I thought he went to play basketball or something. Well, this boy is having fun, serious fun. See, look at the way he's just swimming away. In my mind, I'm like, Sean! Where are you? Come back here. Mommy loves you. Don't go away. Like, come and hold me. Stay close to me. I cannot look for you. Anyways, so after some point, we got out of the beach-like pool and headed over to like the slides. They had this really big water. Oh, look at this. We stay under it and it gets full and the water splashes all over you. I felt like a child again. It was fun. But of course, Sean reminded me that I'm not a child. I can do whatever I want. So he started going up, the stairs into the slides. And honestly, I was worried because I'm like, is this place not slippery? Because it was running, right? But it wasn't slippery. I don't know how they built the tiles. It's not really tiles, but it's really sturdy. It's not slippery. And so I left him alone to go have fun. And then Nathan and his dad showed up. They were telling me about this wonderful place they had been to. The slide was scary as usual. They like adventure. Myself and Sean don't like adventure as much. Yeah, I'm like, okay, Chiduwa, why don't you try this first and we can go there later? Sean is up there. It was just having fun in the slides, going in all the colors of slides. So we went into the red one, the orange one, the blue one. When I tried it, I had to ask, please, which one is the easiest? Because honestly, I'm almost 40. I'm like, I cannot even break my bone trying to enjoy slides. But they both got on. Nathan and Sean went on it. This yellow one was the scariest because it was closed. But my sons liked it the most. Like, when I was a kid, I can't even remember if I did like slides and scary stuff. But I did go on it. Look at me, because I was one recording and I enjoyed it. And I went like multiple times. My husband to say, oh yeah, make we go. Let's try it. Let's go on it. I'm strong. I'm a fat. Isha went on it and had fun. And then he said, let's go try something else. So we all started heading towards that very scary thing. As soon as I got here and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be scary. But it was like, no, in life you have to, he was trying to preach, try adventurous things. So we all sat together. I always make sure Sean sits beside me because honestly, I have to make sure my little baby is okay. So Sean always sits beside me. Like my kids always sit beside me and then my husband sits like opposite. Anytime we try these things, I just make sure I'm sitting down close to my kids. I don't know if it's a control issue, but honestly, I'm just always scared, anything happens to my kids. And so we went into this thing and I'll let you listen to that. So after we had some rest, we had food, then we came back again and just calmly this time the kids still wanted to have fun, so we stayed in this for a bit. Here I think Sean met a girl. Look at that girl, he was following that girl everywhere. I'm like, this boy. Then I went into Lazy River again because I just needed to chill. So I went into this alone. I left Nathan, Sean and his father just having fun in the other place, and I just wanted time off for myself, just to like chill. And then they found me. I went back there with them and I'm like, okay, do you know what? Let's just enjoy this water stuff again, because it was refreshing. Cold water, that volume of water just pouring on you, splashing on your body at once. And my husband just sat there and recording us and like, you guys have fun. I'm not getting into water again. And then later, I think it was the next morning breakfast. I think I'm not even sure what this was. And we started doing, oh, well, look at me now, look at me now, look at me now. My kids did well, man. I showed them. And then we were headed out. It was time to go out, to move on. We're headed to Hanover, and here was the hotel we stayed in. It was really good. We checked in, and then it was time to go see my friend. And look at fine girl now. That's my friend Tildu. We went with their family. So we went for dinner here, and we had some fun. It's been a long time. And then went back to their house. They had this game that the kids wanted to try, where you have to like follow the steps in the video and then someone wins. And we're like, this is so easy. You guys, we will try it too. Tolu and I, my friend and I said we're going to try it. We've forgotten that we're almost 40. And then here, almost 40. We said, yeah, we need to show ourselves. Let's show ourselves. Let's dance. Look at what were we doing? Like what? What exactly were we trying to achieve with these dance steps? It's like by your behavior. We were dancing. When we finished, we couldn't breathe. We were exhausted. The next day, we took the kids. I think it was Palladium. I'm not even sure, but we took the kids out. They went to have fun. As usual, I was following them everywhere. I'm like, first of all, this is US. I cannot lose my kids. Secondly, I don't want them to get hurt because I'm not going to emergency. I just want to have fun on this trip and go home. But this place had so many slides. Anyways, we headed off to the go-karts, and I got my kids got into it. It was a long line, but they had fun. Nathan is really adventurous. Like anything, he would do anything. And then he got into this. Listen. I almost fainted just seeing my kid going through that. I was screaming. And we were like, oh, this woman chilled down. And they went mountain climbing. And they had so much fun doing this as well. And then we headed out to do some shopping. I'm not going to show you that. Later that night, we met up with one of our other friends. She's amazing. She's sweet. We all met in university. Had fun. So we're going back to Canada. This route, we're exhausted. We're tired. It was a long drive, but it was shorter. And when we got to Canada, we were like, yeah, we're back home. Back home.